Do you guys want to know what the hardest part of sports betting is? And it might not be exactly what you think. So the hardest part of sports betting is not picking winners. It is being able to deal with the losses and your mentality. How losing affects the brain. When you lose a bet, you want to get it back, right? You lose a loved one, you lose anything, you want to get it back. That's the goal. Is like, I lost it. How do I get this back? All right. Now, when it comes to sports betting, it forces you to go and, continuously start chasing to try to get that back. You're giving your money away, right? So you put your money up and it's gone. And you're like, how do I recoup this? Your mentality, your mind can't comprehend that to like, I just put this out there and it's gone. So your instinct kicks in as like, okay, let me double up on the next bet. And then guess what? You end up losing that one. Then you start going, snowball effect. You start betting a whole bunch of stuff. Before you know it, you don't have any money to bet with. This is how the casinos and the sports books, this is how they were built, off of losers like that. When you can handle losing, you can really excel at sports betting and just gambling in general. Winning isn't the issue. Everything is nice when you're winning. When you're winning bets, you feel like you're on top of the world. But when you're losing, it's beating you up. Bad beats tend to trigger in your brain that you should have won that bet. So you start betting stupid stuff. So here's the thing, when you're watching a game from beginning to end, there's like a range of emotions that go through the whole entire setup. You can feel like, oh, I'm about to win this bet right in the first quarter. You'll be like, oh man, I feel like I'm gonna win this bet. It feels good, like everything. Next thing you know, doesn't feel too good, doesn't look too good. The bet starts getting a little Your emotions are like, oh man, I might lose this bet now. Next thing you know, something else happens to where then you feel like, oh, I might win this bet. Then you feel like, oh, I might lose this bet. Then finally, towards the end, you either win or lose, depending on what the emotion that you're going to get there. If you lose, you're like, oh man. But you went through that wide range of emotions that is really not worth it when you're going through watching a game. Sometimes I don't even watch the games, to be honest. I don't even watch the game sometimes. But if I do, what I'll tune in is like the last bit of the game. But watching a game through, the whole thing that you bet on is just going to mess with your emotions. Most likely, if you end up losing, you're going to go and chase and bet something else. You have to be able to watch a game for the entertainment factor and not because you just have money on it. Now, the whole reason for this video, or why I'm coming on here and talking to you guys about this, was because in about the last 2 weeks, I kind of went through one of these slumps, is what they say. All right, this happens every once in a while where I'll go through a slump and it just feels like everything is going wrong, like I can't win a bet. So what better way to jump on here and talk to you guys about it than when like I'm actually just going through it. What happened was, like, in the last couple weeks, stupid stuff is happening where I had prop plays on Jason Tatum, he gets thrown out of a game. Prop play on LaMelo Ball, he breaks his ankle in the mid game. What else happened? There was a couple unders where the benches come in, the benches all of a sudden are playing like it's the NBA Finals. And they come in and just, throwing up shots, and I have the under on the game. And guess what? It ends up going over by just a couple shots right at the end, meaningless buckets. So it starts messing with your brain. Now, the thing is that old me, when I first started betting on sports, probably would have ended up, emptying out my whole entire account. Chasing because I felt like I can't win anything, or because those little bad beats happen here and there. So I felt like, I should have won those. Start chasing, next thing you know, it's completely gone. I got no money left. The thing is when it comes down to sports betting, the hardest thing is not winning. It's not picking winners. It's not the research. It's not any of that. It's the mentality that goes behind it. If you can't have the mental capacity to control yourself when it comes to sports betting, then you have to sit back and you have to wonder, like, what am I doing? A slump happens to everybody. All right, it happens to the best. I'm telling you right now, it happens. And there's nothing you could do about it. But sit back and just take it. You just take it on the chin. That's what it is. And you keep pushing forward. When you decide to just, on the brink of just giving up, when you're like, you know what? I don't want to bet anymore. There's something, I just can't pick a winner. I don't know what's going on with me. You got to realize it's not going to last forever. When you're consistent with it and persistent, you're not going to lose 100% of the time. It's just not going to happen. It's eventually going to switch around. All right. So I do want to share with you guys a little bit of something. And I do want to pretty much bring up and show you what it looked like, that little streak. The thing is that it was very hard to get through, even for me being a pro sports bettor and being in the group. This is going to be the part of the coaching group that I actually show you guys. All right. So if you guys are interested in that stuff, make sure you guys go down below in the description, book a call. Yeah. A couple losses there. All right. They weren't too bad. They were half units, but still, an L. We took one here that was minus 225. That was a 1 unit, but it was like, didn't win too much there. Next thing, loss. These were the Jason Tatum, LaMelo Ball one I was talking about. This game right here, college game, went to OT. Nothing you can do about that. You got it under, and then it goes to OT. But then I hit 2 of them. So then I'm feeling pretty good. I'm like, all right, I'm getting it back a little bit. Bam, get whacked again. Just stupid stuff happening in these games. Last minute goal here, loses. This was one of the games I was talking about where the bench comes in and ends up, getting a couple shots. Next thing you know, the next day, just keep pushing through. What happens? Win. Okay, win again. Then, all right, took a little bit of a loss on something, another win. Then even down a little bit for that day. Next thing you know, win. Look, like getting on a streak. So that's what it looks like. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you aren't able to get through this part right here, you're never going to see the winning side of it. Because right here is where your normal sports bettor is going to empty the tank out. Because they're going to be like, oh man, like what is this? But guess what? Look, if you just stay consistent with it, you get it all back. And then look, you go streaking out. All right, but that's what it looks like. I wanted to show you guys a little bit of what it looked like and what it entails really to go through that process, because like I said, I just went through it. So you have to just stay consistent with it. You got to stay disciplined. Your unit size has got to stay the same. You can't vary from your unit size. You just got to stay consistent and persistent. That's it, guys. That's the key to anything in life, is just staying persistent with it, and you just keep going and keep going. Mostly everybody fails because they give up at the first time something doesn't work out, they give up. If you just never give up and just keep working towards it, you're going to eventually succeed, whatever it is, whether it's sports betting. If you find the right material, then you're going to know exactly what to bet on. You stay consistent, you stay disciplined. That's all it takes. When you're betting parlays and you're chasing and you see, people putting up bets like $2 to win 100 grand, maybe I can do that. How do I become, one of those people that bet $5 and win 100,000? Guess what? It's not going to happen. Most of the time, that just does not happen, guys. The most important thing in sports betting is your mind. It is not whether you're picking winners or not, because you can, like I said, flip a coin and win 50% of the time at minus 110 plays. You're still going to lose a little bit, but you're not going to lose your whole bankroll. It's just not going to happen. Think of this. If you are betting 1% of your unit size, you would have to lose 100 units to lose all of your bankroll in a row, pretty much. You'd have to lose 100 units in a row to lose everything. The odds of that happening is impossible. I'm going to say it's impossible, because that just doesn't happen. You're not going to lose that many bets. All right, everybody that's out there losing, if you make any sort of profit, whether it's 1 unit or it's 10 units or it's 15 in any month, you are doing something that 99% of the sports bettors out there can't do. All right, and like I said, if you guys want my coaching and you guys want me to teach you how to do this one-on-one, go down in the description and book a call. All right, I can't stress that enough, because so many people come to me every single day with so many problems when it comes to sports betting. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to look for. They have no idea. They have no idea what to do. So if you want to know what to do, like I said, I can teach you. I'm the one that can teach you how to do that. Most of you guys know this that have kept up with the channel. You guys know. All right, so I don't have to really stress that out to you too much. Like I said, guys, once again, the hardest part of sports betting is not picking the winners. The hardest part is having the mentality behind being able to withstand the losses and to be able to see it through. All right, guys, as always, I'm Frank with Line Maker Sports. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, I'm out.